Well, hello there guys. Today we're going to be playing Out There, a space survival and exploration game. About, of course, being out in space, searching for things, surviving the elements, and hopefully we're going to have a fun time. We should be able to meet a bunch of different species, etc. And no, I don't want to skip the tutorial. I absolutely want to check this tutorial out so that we can fully understand the game. In the very distant future, the God Cubes have succeeded in abolishing all systems of violence and territoriality. Humans left a dying Earth in the 21st century aboard great arcs, finding refuge in distant and isolated worlds. Across many strange worlds in the galaxy, they've encountered many wonders and faced many abominations. One of these abominations is the Archon, a genetic chameleon of the Lord's race, being capable of harnessing the strength and powers of those around them. Unlike its brethren, the Archon's mind was set on dominating all other civilizations. After a merciless hunt, the Archon was imprisoned. The Russian Arks colony, the organization entrusted the crew of the Vanguard with Archon's delivery to the Mausoleum of Eternity, a prison world. I want the engines checked. At this pace, we won't get there before the next solar cycle. I must say, Captain, I've never met anyone who's actually eager to reach the Mausoleum of Eternity. We're dropping off a prisoner, not getting locked up ourselves. What's to worry about? The deadliest beings in the galaxy are held there, all in one place. A bit of fear is a natural reaction. I'm more afraid of boredom. I just want to drop off the Archon, then find something more interesting than a chauffeur service for my next job. You don't have family to go back to? My crew is my family. I can never sit at home knowing there's a galaxy full of discoveries just waiting for me out there. I confess I haven't known much besides the organization. I'm a bit jealous. You're free to choose your missions. Travel as you please. That's how you grow, test yourself, meet worlds and life forms you've never conceived of. There's risk, but I'd rather die early than be old and ignorant. My colleagues have told me a bit about your exploits. They say you're fearless. Feeling fear is fine. Showing it isn't an option when people's survival depends on you. You'll understand when you've been back doing this a few hundred years. Alright, we spotted 3 unknown spacecraft approaching at high speed. Scanners show they're flying the colors of the Archon. Of course, the enemy here. Trying to spring their boss. Full power to the engines, we can't let them catch us. The interplanetary thruster isn't working. We're repairing it, but they're closing in. This can't be happening. Not now.
Equipment damaged.
How you doing, bud? Here we go. So it looks like the interplanetary propulsion is damaged, and I guess we're going to be using some crew to fix that. We've lost fuel and the enemy ships are in attack range. How could the Archon have contacted them? I think this Archon has some abilities beyond our knowledge. I think the Archon had a network long before its war against the Lords. It must have told its allies its position right before it was caged, and they've been tracking it ever since. Network? Who would be crazy enough to ally with a being that's so destructive? Not our concern, Sergey. Right now, we need fuel. Fast. Alright, let's take a look here. So we can slide it in this area. Interesting. And I'm guessing this is going to be oxygen. Got a few more cards we can use here for hull repairs. It's pretty cool. Pretty intuitive. What was that? Captain, they rammed us. The hull's integrity is compromised. You really thought you could imprison a demigod? Captain, the Archon cell has been breached! You humans always fighting on for a doomed cause. I pity you, but you almost denied the universe salvation, so I'll admit I'm enjoying your last panicked flailing. Another impact! We can't let the Archon but I'm afraid I can't linger. I have such plans for the galaxy, for all creation. A shame you'll never see them. Ship is in critical condition. We've got to evacuate. Let's get out of here. Again, these visuals that they have here are really pretty, really well done, actually. I wonder if this is throughout the game or just for specific moments like cinematics, but very pretty. Kind of reminds me of Homeworld a little bit, at least that particular sequence. Oh, look at this, we're on the ground. Destination reached, terminating hypersleep. Atmosphere breathable, airlock opening. Where's my crew? Sergey? I don't feel well, I'm gonna throw up. How you doing, Petrus? Stupid woman, Sergey's not here, no one's here. I remember now. We lost the Vanguard. An escape pod, I was in cryosleep, I'm stranded on a wild planet. Probably be dead soon if I'm not already. Wait, picking up faint signal? Better check it out. Now, I'm already liking that the exploration aspect also, you know, despite us being in space, also requires us to land on alien planets and stuff. It's not just exploring space itself, but, of course, the planets within it. So I like that. We've got a signal, so we might want to go and look for that. It looks like we might have a turn-based approach here. I really like that.
Stamina low.
And look at that, we can zoom in and out. What about panning around? Doesn't look like panning around is an option. Nonetheless, pretty neat. Oh, you know, can't complain. Can't complain. We actually just downloaded this demo and wanted to take a look. I've been looking at Oceans of Time for a while, and again, this is a game that focuses on exploration and survival. So I'm just curious to see, you know, how much survival is actually in this game. We actually got some alien proteins here, which can regenerate a little bit of our energy. Don't mind if I do. So far, it doesn't look like a hostile planet, but things can change pretty quickly.
Stamina low.
See if we can take another one of those alien proteins. It's one of our skills, actually. So I don't know if that means if we are maybe partially aliens or something. Maybe half alien, half human. Who knows? But let's take a look here at this escape pod. Sergey? Captain, you're okay. Hardly. We've lost the Vanguard. The Archons escaped and my crews, who knows where. They ejected earlier on a different trajectory, but we're alive and we found each other. It's a miracle. The Archon should have killed us. It did. A captain without a ship isn't really alive. We failed, Sergey. This is a worst-case scenario. Are the worlds procedurally generated, asked Petrus. I'm not sure, Petrus. That's a good question. Not sure. It's my first look at the game. My first jump into it here, actually. I know, Captain, but we're together again, so we can start to find solutions, unless you prefer to give up. Alright, you made your point. Less complaining, more answers. For starters, where are we? No idea. The capsules were programmed to find a life-supporting environment. Beyond that, we know nothing. Any chance the organization will send a rescue team? So it's good to know that at least we're on a planet where we can find food and water, at a bare minimum. But that's probably going to be about it. Oxygen as well. Recapturing the Archon will be in their priority. Of course, now that the Archon's gone, who knows? He might want us dead, so he might send his creatures to come and attack us. We failed completely and utterly. A simple convoy mission. It's our fault the Archon's out there. Everything it kills, everyone it destroys. We've got to find it and end it. First, we need to find a way off this planet. I'm open to suggestions. Is your scanner working? Mine was damaged in the landing. I think my only suggestion here is, like, the text is, you know, obviously, if you're going to have an RPG or a CRPG or whatever, the text is going to be plentiful, usually. And I think here they could really save time by just, like, putting all the text into one box. You know what I mean? This kind of reminds me a little bit more of, like, a JRPG. Mine's fully functional. I'll scan the area to see if I can find traces of a ship. I'm getting something. Good work, Sergey. Let's get moving. Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's take a look here. So, yeah, the arrow seems to be pointing us in that direction, but maybe we should go down this way. Is there a way to save? Guess not. Alright, let's go this way. It seems to be the only way we can go, and now we've actually got somebody else in our party. That's pretty cool. Sergey is now officially in our party. Let's see if we could search this area for supplies. A campfire. We smell a freshly lit campfire. We approach both happy and worried about finding signs of life on this planet. An alien is lying down. They don't look good. Their breathing is slow and weak. They don't seem to react when we approach. A bag with some minerals spotted with blood is nearby. They glance at us and suggest that we take their bag. They don't think they're going to survive this accident anyway. So this is kind of where we get to decide, like, what kind of creatures we want to be. You know, we're going down the typical moral RPG path. And I'm thinking that, you know, let's see if we can give them a tonic here. The captain makes every possible effort to recreate the best tonic that she knows. After a few minutes of brewing, she makes our friend drink her concoction. The alien then starts trembling until they regurgitate a blackish syrup. It wasn't the accident that was making them suffer so much, but a pulmonary infection. They should get back on their feet more easily now. Can you imagine how awesome it would be to be able to just, you know, drink something and suddenly you no longer have bronchitis? 10 feet apart because they're not? Yeah, I know. Nice. Absolutely, man. I could see that. Everyone's seen that one. Alright, so as you can see, I think this was the right approach. Since we helped that person out, they've now joined our crew. And look at this. Like, this is actually almost an alien mushroom being. Very cool. I like that. We've got a mushroom being with us. Back away. Unfortunately, it looks like we lack water. So let's see what happens. Do we simply end the turn, or maybe we actually can't go in that area? Or maybe we need to go around this way? So some areas are simply impassable. There's a lot of cacti there. I'm guessing that's an issue. And it's just going to cost too much of our energy to get across this area without the proper hydration. Even this is pretty rough. Oh, man. Look at that, though. We're starting to see some interesting vegetation. How you doing, Odonaut? Now, we could gather these rare plants with enough energy. But let me see. Do we have any skills that can add energy? The only one we have is the alien proteins. Found 6 herbs, I'm guessing. And that actually added to our overall energy. So that's good to know. There is strength in numbers. Each crew member will add energy. Good to know. So getting that little mushroom friend of ours absolutely helped. That is true. You cure yourself of just about anything by doing that. Alright. Another little camp here, it looks like. A toxic cocoon. We go into a ghost town. Time seems to have stopped here. All the buildings are covered with gigantic spider webs. An enormous cocoon lies near the path where we are walking. The captain approaches gently and notices a slight noise of breathing. We hear a call for help coming from inside. There is something inside. We have to do something, but be careful. The cocoon seems to be covered in toxic saliva. Let's apply an acid detergent. Our engineer decides to create a strange mixture, slathers it on the entire cocoon, which in a few seconds starts to melt around the body of an alien trapped inside. It's a survivalist. They're doing better now that they can breathe open air. They decide to join us. There you go. And Edartaru joins the crew. We're getting a lot of these alien beings joining our crew. I like that they have their own little animation as well. I have to say, that guy that just joined our crew, he's kind of creeping me out a bit. I'm not so sure how I feel about this alien. And evidently, just going in here, we're going to take 25% damage. Some of the areas, as you can see on these planets, are very toxic. The only thing we know, as mentioned by our scanner, is that this is a habitable planet, but just barely habitable. Captain, we're in the vicinity of the signal. We need to pinpoint its location exactly. Can you narrow your readings? You can try recalibrating. Stand by, Captain. Yeah, baby. Actually, this guy took a lot of damage. Your ship will land from your party for evacuation. Here we go, guys. Landing the ship to recall the party. And let's get off this damn planet. We're getting a nice little crew, man. It's time to colonize this planet for the glory of Her Majesty the Queen, says Petrus. I like that idea. Anything but the Archon. So I wonder if we have to go here, or... Oh, that's... I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. I thought it had already taken off. Let's get on that ship and go home. take a look here. What did we find? Some plants and some minerals. Not much, but I am liking these new critters. They look pretty creepy, I have to say. I'm not so concerned about the Elmela Amis, but the Air Dracharus, I don't really trust these guys. And one could only imagine what these guys eat. Absolutely horrifying. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's a rusted old wreck. Try to see the potential. We can get it working again, Captain, I promise you, but I'm going to need your help. I'm not a mechanic, but I'll do what I can. The ship already has almost all the necessary components to fix itself, the raw materials. We just need a refinery. Then we can dismantle the shield generator to recover thorium. Exactly, spaceship goes zoom, zoom, zoom. And with a functional refinery, we can extract resources from any raw minerals we find. You really believe you can make that hunk of junk fly, don't you? Captain, I swear to you, I won't let us die on this planet. Well, that's good to know. And again, it shows us the, sort of the ship's inner mechanics. We're missing resources to build the refinery. It's possible to recycle existing technologies to collect the necessary resources. Okay, so let's disassemble the driller here. Can we disassemble it? Maybe we have to take one of these, like, good technologies to disassemble? Doesn't look like it. Fixing's not an option either, but we do have the necessary iron. Fe stands for iron, that's right. That's right, I know my science. So we should be able to use that. It's possible to recycle, make sure we don't have to press any of these other buttons. I think this is going to be it. The shield generator. Feels pretty bad to disassemble a shield generator, but whatever we need to do. So some of this stuff cannot be disassembled. I wonder if that's stuff that's, like, essential for the ship. Sick bay. I'm trying to disassemble that as well, but no, it doesn't look like we can. So we can build the refinery, but I think this is what we just disassembled. Enter the refinery. Okay. Small amount of available iron. We have to prioritize the repairs. Yep, that makes sense. So we can actually use that refinery to create iron, which is pretty cool. I'm going to jump over here, and I think we're going to have to do the same with interplanetary propulsion. But maybe we're going to worry about that a little bit later. So let's use the drill. Oh, I see. We can use the drill to drill for iron. Now that's cool. The deeper the drill digs, the more resources it collects, but digging too deep increases the chances of breaking the drill. I'm psyched that we're going to have some mining in the game. Definitely one of my favorites in any space game. So let's confirm. Oh, look at that. Did we even get any iron from this, though? It looks like we just got a lot of copper. Let's transfer all of it over here. I think we can actually fix it. Here we go. Everything is ready. And what are we waiting for? Let's launch. The air on this planet makes me nauseous. Yeah, somebody mentioned, was it you, Petrus, that it kind of looks like Candyland or Cupcake Land? Yeah, this air looks polluted. Polluted with maple syrup. I'm sure I can retrace the way we came, and if the Vanguard can be fixed, I'll do it. That's what I like to hear, engineer. Fire this scrap heap up. Here we go, folks. Let's take off. So even taking off actually costs us some of our resources, even a little bit of hull damage just to get off this planet. So it must not have the most conducive environment. I'm guessing the outer part of this planet is pretty corrosive. This doesn't make sense. I'm hailing all friendly frequencies, but no one's answering. Are we out of range? In a sense, according to the ship's console, we're in the same galaxy, but 100 years later. My goodness. What? We spent a century in hypersleep? This is why I don't trust hypersleep. Don't mess with hypersleep, guys. I suppose the capsules couldn't find a habitable planet any sooner. That means the Archon's being free for 100 years, the things it could have done in that time. And the organization will think we're dead. We have to find a way to contact them with whatever methods they use now. It's a long way to the Vanguard. I hope this ship can hold together until then. It has to. The Vanguard's equipment is vastly more sophisticated. Are you sure you can find it? I still have the coordinates of the system where we were last attacked. What are the odds we find our ship in salvageable shape after all this time? After 100 years? I think it depends what they built their ship with, but if it's built out of iron, no way it would be a rusted wreck. In the void, it won't deteriorate. That's right, it is in space. I mean, we're not talking about a ship in water here, so there is a chance that it could be okay. At least I hope so. I hope we don't have to repair this damn ship like we just repaired this one. I need my ship back, Sergei. Set a course. Alright. Out there is about survival and exploration. Visit the right planets to gather the resources that will keep your spaceship and crew in one piece. So we are going to be visiting more planets, which is really cool. I hope we also get some different visuals on these new areas. Looks like we got one called Salathiel 452. Let's land. No, this is where we just were, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna drill a bit, though. Why not? Just grab a few more resources while we're at it. And maybe we need to go over here. Wow, look at this, guys. So we have, like, an actual galaxy map. There's a black hole we could travel to. I think I'd rather travel to the red supergiant, but now we're getting into the actual exploration aspect of the game. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's take a look here, guys. We got a Tahan 677 rich in metal planet. Got a Tahan 6772 rich in metal. A gas giant rich in fuel. And one that's got a risky orbit. Now our hull is pretty badly damaged. So I think we need to go somewhere where we're going to get some metal that we can use to reconstruct the hull. Let's go to Tahan. Yeah, this place looks familiar. I was like, wait a minute, we've been here before. This is pretty cool, the approach. Look at that. Again, for a strategy game, I'll take it. Strategy RPG, I should say. Okay. So I guess we simply go ahead and start drilling. What can we do, though, about our hull? So first of all, let's enter the refinery here. No, we don't have any iron. Huh. Wonder how we fix that hull. I mean, maybe it's just something we have to collect like everything else up here. I'm thinking that's what it is. Let's do a little bit of drilling. Ooh, look at that. We actually got some hull FE, some iron for the hull. But I wonder, is it automatically converted to iron? Or do we actually have to go into the refinery and start building things up a bit? Let's take a look. Go to the refinery. Enter the refinery. So that's just automatically iron. I guess this doesn't have to be really refined. Okay, we slide it here. Hey, that's cool. There we go, man. Just patching up the ship. Has to be done. Yeah, drill the planet. Man, if we get to drill and explore, I'm happy with that. Just give me lots of things to make money with, basically, and I'll be a happy camper. So, guys, it looks like, yeah, it's that straightforward. We take, like, the oxygen, any of the stuff we find here. Some of it has to be refined. Some of it we can just immediately add. And I think I want to go for some more drilling. The reason being, I want to get some more iron to fix the hull. And initially, we got quite a lot of iron. Why, thank you, sir. Let's back up. Yeah, let's drill a little bit more. Now, we have to be careful because, as you can see, that costs fuel. Drilling does cost fuel. The deeper we drill, though, the better stuff we get. And I mean, come on. We're already going to drill this far. Let's go crazy. Let's go for the 10 drill. Oh, yeah. I want to transfer all. but I want to stop drilling after that. Because, of course, that's going to use up even more fuel. We don't need any oxygen. See if the refinery can be used to create anything else. We've got to find some way to get some fuel, otherwise we are in trouble. Alright, let's take off. Oh, you know what? We'll go to the gas giant, of course! Rich in fuel. Let's go, baby. Kind of getting a faster than light feel from this game. I mean, we haven't encountered any, like, alien enemies yet, but I'm getting the feeling that we might pretty soon here. So let's probe this planet. Interesting. So look at that, guys. When it comes to a gas giant, obviously you're not going to be able to land on the planet. So what do? You just simply probe and try to grab as much gas as you can. Alright, I'm going to stop there. That's quite enough fuel, I think. Let's make sure, though. We also have some iron there. Although I think we got that from mining and I just forgot to use it. We don't need the oxygen. We definitely got fuel off that, didn't we, guys? So where do they keep the fuel? Or maybe is it just automatically added? It might be, no? Let's try again. Let's probe again. Oh, you know what? I think I actually had to take it directly from the planet. It's gas. It's not stored, right, per se. You actually have to drag it over. That's pretty cool. Now, we've got to go find some more iron. Oh, it is a massive galaxy. I'm also surprised. I have to say, I think, like, the intro to the game doesn't really do it justice. Like, it should almost start here just to give you the idea of the scope that you've got. I mean, the scope is massive here. So let's get out of this galaxy. Let's go to the next one. Out of range. Out of range. Do you guys want to go... Should we go to a black hole? I'm not so sure. I think we should maybe just... Oh, there we go. We did it. We went to a black hole. Here we go, folks. This can't end well. Why, thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh yeah, 5 month.
Thank
and
you,
here's
Texas.
hoping for 5 more. Nannerspog, Boko and Screeching.
You're the best,
Boko and
buddy.
Screeching.
You're the best, buddy. Oh, we got the text to speech to work. Hey, nice. The text to speech is working. Right on, man. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's see. I'm orbiting this black hole, so shouldn't we just be able to jump right into the damn thing? You know, I've heard that when you go into a black hole, what happens to you is called spaghettification. Your body is basically turned into a spaghetti, for lack of a better word. Dangerous orbit. Oh, why, thank you, buddy. So I want to get away from this black hole, but I don't know if any of these planets are in range. This thing, Parshan Datha 878, looks like it is in range. The yellow, and I don't know, you guys know these stars better than I do. Now, this actually has a breathable atmosphere. I wonder if that means if we can actually land. Let's try. So yeah, this might be an actual planet we can land on. Could be wrong. Look at that. Let's scan it, first of all. Ooh, might have some anomalies. Look at the scanning system, guys. That's pretty cool. I guess we're just kind of hover over. Oh, there we go. I don't know what it is. I wonder if there's, like, civilizations on these planets, or if they're, like, habitable, but, not civilized, you know what I mean? Go this way. Oh, in the ocean. Look at that. Interesting. A temple. Let's land at the temple. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty, man. It is very... Alright. Ooh, an expedition. Don't mind if I do. Look at this. Look at all the dangers. Asphyxia, fever, bleeding. This is not safe, guys. This is definitely not safe. But it is an exploration game after all, so I think we probably need to give it a chance. Hold on one second. One second, folks. You know what? I actually don't have the browser capture on. There we go. Now I do. Now I do. Sorry about that, man. Thanks for saying that, Odinot. Yeah, I did not have the emotes. I'm surprised actually some of the stuff still played. Now we have the emotes up. Or it could be like Interstellar. What happens? I've seen Interstellar, but I don't remember what happens. Clearly, I was not a fan of the film. Isn't that the one with like the big wave? That's the one, right? That part's cool. I don't like the rest of the film. Sorry, guys. We just had a little internet shutdown there. Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Let's see. Alright, so let's get on this planet. Let's go on that expedition, even though we could get completely destroyed. Interesting, we can actually select the people to bring on the expedition. Well, I guess, right? We should add everybody to the party. Let's head out. I don't think we have to leave anybody behind to, like, defend the area. So, let's go. I love this mushroom creature, by the way. Just the fact that they've added, like, alien races is a pretty cool touch. Okay, let's proceed. So I'm guessing just to get off the planet, we will have to return here to the ship at some point. Already took some bleeding for 2 rounds. Right away, we are just taking hits on this planet. It's like the planet in Prometheus. We're immediately getting attacked by the critters here. Alright, I think it's just 2 turns, so we should be okay, but I can actually... No, I can't regain health that way. Let's heal Erdotoro. Didn't seem to do much to him. Per action point? It might just be per action point, and I'm seeing it as per health point. Nope, there we go. We did heal him. In exchange for one of our own action points. So this place definitely had its own civilization, at least we know that, and now of course we're headed to the temple that's going to tell us a little bit about this planet, whether it's got anything valuable on it, and more importantly, whether or not the Archon has been through here. Remember, the whole point from what I understand about the game so far, of course it's a survival and exploration game, and pretty open-ended as we can see, but it's to stop the Archon, and to capture him. Let's gather some more. I think it's much better to just mine on existing planets than going for ore here, but maybe we're going to get some sort of specialty ore. I'm more interested in the relics available at the temple. Let's do it again. Again, another point to Erdotoro. Really want to go over there and grab that ore, but I'm not sure it's worth going off our path. Because as you can see, we've got limited energy, and nothing would be worse than being stuck in a position where we can't regain the energy. Well, we'd basically be stuck on the planet. So I'm going to ignore that wonderful ore for now and just keep on going. By the way, have you guys noticed that this creature has little planets orbiting his head? How awesome is that? I really like that guy. He looks a little creepy, but the planets, you know, they do it for me. Little planet halo. And nothing we could do to avoid that. We kind of had to walk through the poison. But again, we can use the skill here eventually to regain a little bit of that lost health. Omphalos. In the middle of nowhere stands a humble temple, squat, gray, and unornamented, made of ancient stones. Is this really the target of our expedition? When we visit the temple, we see nothing but an exposed gray stone. Totally ordinary. As we stand there perplexed, we're distracted by the nearby arrival of a slender ship. A group of aliens of an unfamiliar species emerge and head briskly towards the temple. We fear we've set off some sort of an alarm. Man, I guess we don't even have the option to negotiate because we lack the prerequisite charisma. I'm going to prepare an ambush. Better be safe than sorry. Our survivalist thinks they can create an ambush. They appear, shouting at exactly the right moment to terrify the arrivals. It works, albeit in an unexpected way. The beings remain paralyzed. They disappear into nothingness, as though they had some sort of mysterious method of teleportation. For lack of a better idea, we explore the mysterious ship. It remains incomprehensible to us, with the exception of one technology that we think could be useful. So it's not necessarily garbage, it's just that we don't understand these technologies. But we got the mess hall. Objective reached. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I guess it's time to just take off. It's pretty cool that we can actually call in our ship, our drop ship, to kind of just hang out here and get us on board. So let's do it. Let's get off this damn planet. Maybe before we go there, we should go ahead and grab those herbs, though. I'm a fan of the herb. Here we go. Push forward. Come on, boys. Let's get off this nightmare planet. I got pretty beat up on that planet, though. Okay, guys. Well, we've taken a look at the anomaly. I think now all I could use is, well, number one, probably some more metal. Let's see if this planet has any. Oxygen? No, we don't really need it, but... What's this W? I think this is copper. Can we just refine that? Let's transfer that over. And we'll stop right there. I'm simply going to take off and get off this planet. There's definitely an open world aspect to the game, which I do like that quite a lot. Okay, well, let's continue onwards. Wait a minute. There was another planet here. In fact, you don't have sufficient resources to make this journey. Do you want to attempt an all or nothing? No. We still need fuel. That's the location we need to get to. The accident scene, of course. I also like how the galaxies are the smaller galaxies are, like, you know, in different elevations from each other. Well, the stars in this case. Okay. Now, we also need to fix our hull, and evidently, getting near these planets is extremely dangerous. They're going to kind of burn up our hull, but we need to get here one way or the other. Now, I think we should go to the rocky planet first, because we need to get some iron for the hull. So let's start mining. We can scan this planet too. Why not? You don't need to find all the anomalies. Like, if you want to just skip past it, you can. But I want to find it, man. It's gotta be... It's telling us to go here. It should be somewhere here. It's okay, though. Finish the scan. So there is a beta anomaly here. Let's go ahead and land. This may not be the wisest choice. It might be a really bad choice, and we might end up getting completely killed on this planet. But we'll find out. Yeah, I think you're right. certainly an aesthetic aspect of it that is pretty appealing. So we could go on that expedition, of course, for the beta anomaly. But first, let's drill. We need to make sure that we can get some iron. And there we go. Immediately, we've got some iron. I'm going to bring... Wait, did that even transfer any over? Make sure it did. Let's drill again. Nice. Yep, we can absolutely fix the hull here. Should we go on this expedition? What do you guys think? I think we should. But I'm worried that our guys are still going to be damaged from the last one. Like, I wonder if they automatically regain health or not. And it looks like they probably do. So let's go ahead and just add everybody to party. And take a look at the next planet here. Nope, they still see, they take the damage from before. That's got me very worried. Maybe we shouldn't go to this location. No, I'm not going. I'm going to just kind of wait a bit. It's not a priority at the moment. Let's go to the gas giant here. Rich in fuel. That's what I'm talking about. And the probe should be able to extract a ton of fuel from this location. Look at how pretty that is. That is a beautiful, beautiful planet. We're going to go all the way in here with the probe. That sounds wrong. Here we go.
Equipment damaged.
Oh no, we have some equipment damage. It's actually our probe that's damaged. Let me transfer this fuel over first. But let's see what we need to repair it. So we're going to stop here. For fixing it, to fix it, we need iron. So you know what? We're going to go straight back to that planet. Like right back to that same planet. Try and get some iron off the surface. Here we go. Then we can use that to repair. Hopefully we can use it to repair. I have to say, I really like that landing sequence. It's really cool how like each planet has its sort of own aesthetic. This one feels much more rocky and barren. Let's get in there. 10. So do I just drop it on, or... See, I'm not sure if I can transfer the iron over. I'm thinking that for iron, the thing we have to do is we have to refine it from that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we have to do. So let's try to refine some iron. Let me transfer all this other stuff over. Refinery. Yep. Let's go for max. Love that. And it looks like we need one more iron. Let's keep on drilling. I'm just trying to get the unrefined stuff. I don't want the refined stuff. So here we go, another drill. We're gonna go for 10 again.
Equipment damaged.
Oh, now the drill is damaged. That's not good. See, I don't want to slide it to the hull, but I wonder if we can just add it. There we go. We can add it to our existing iron. Okay, that makes sense. Let's fix the drill. And let's fix the hydrogen probe. Not bad. I think I'm going to keep on mining here, because just in case we have any issues in the future, I want to be ready to fix those. So let's go ahead, let's drill. That's good to know, though, that every time we drill, we actually take a risk. I'm gonna do it again. Oh boy! Put the iron right there. That's okay, we can fix it pretty quickly. I can't wait till we get a new driller, and I'm hoping that over time we can probably upgrade the ship, get better ships, etc. It's going to be quite important. Oxygen here. Ooh, for once, we actually need some. One more time. One more time. I can't help myself. I'm incorrigible. Yeah, that was useless.
Wow.
Why, thank you, Owen Wilson. Let's see. Oh, you have to put the guys in your med bay. Oh, cheers, Petrus. So you got my attention with Owen Wilson. Thanks, man. Oh, let's see. So let's take a look. I think the crew is locked for now. I'm not sure if this is because of the demo or if, like, we need to unlock that off the planet. We'll take a look once we get up in the air. Yeah, let's go back to those gas giants. Hopefully that probe doesn't break down.
Wow.
Is there a civilized space in this game, like a trade-up? That's a great question, Texas. It's kind of what we're trying to figure out. Like, I was hoping that there would be, like, actual civilized planets, but it seems to me that the planets we land on, much like that game No Man's Sky, it's like long-dead civilizations, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like I said, the game is pretty open-ended. There's a lot of exploration in here, so we might end up finding a lot of different stuff. We're going to use the probe right now, and actually, let's throw 10. That's not a lot, man. It's not a lot of fuel at all. We're going to have to probe again. Oh, boy. The damn probe. That means we're going to have to land, of course, and fix that damn thing. These are the situations you can get yourselves into. Let's go back to the same planet. Ship management section, click on the cross block. Maybe I'm not in the right section, but I think it's locked off here. We're gonna end up using all the fuel we just got to fix this thing. Oh, that is rough. Let's just go for 5. It's not a lot. So we might need to disassemble something just to be able to fix this. Interplanetary propulsion. We could disassemble it, fix one of these. A lot of steps we have to take to try and get ourselves out of this situation. Let's put it that way. You know what? We need to go to that expedition. Not on this planet, but on the previous planet, I believe. Let's take a look here. They had prepared us for this in the tutorial, so basically we're going to end up having to disassemble. Yeah, look, there's the sick bay, but unfortunately I need to disassemble the sick bay to be able to fix the rest of the stuff. Yeah, our guys are not going to get, healed at all until we get a sick bay again. So there we go. Sick bay, we're going to need to get some iron, which means we absolutely need to drill more. But in this current situation, we hardly have any fuel at all. I might drill just 5. We've got to be very careful now. Yeah, see, we're not getting much off this planet anymore. So I don't trust that it has anything left to give. We might have taken all of the resources this planet has to offer. Let's take off. And let's go to the other gas giant. I think there are 2 here. So we've gone to that one. Let's go to this one. Reba. I actually have a cousin named Reba. Had. Rest in peace, cousin Reba. Oh, look at that. You can even see the fuel on that planet. Come on, man. Give us something nice. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Let's probe again. Not bad. We should be fine on fuel. Not bad at all. But now, of course, we need to fix the sick bay. And one of the ways to do that is to get iron. But we're going to need to go searching for it. Exactly, Petrus. The gang will now have to bleed, unfortunately. I like, though, that the game forces you to make difficult decisions like that. Like, you really need to decide, you know, whether or not you're going to actually take that risk. Destroy a sick bay in an effort to get off the planet. Because otherwise, you know, we're stuck. Alright, let's go to this yellow dwarf. So So far, the yellow dwarfs have been pretty promising. This one has, for instance, like, they seem to have a lot of habitable planets. This one has a breathable atmosphere. And you know what? After all of that mining, I do think it's time that we maybe land and go on a mission. But again, we have to get that med bay up. So maybe we could simply go just to get the, what's it called? The resources. You know, we found ores down on these planets before. I'm gonna go. I know it's dangerous, but I'm gonna take the risk. Absolutely, my friend. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I have not tried Universum. It looks great, though. It looks great. I'm trying to think of one that I've really recently tried. World Box. Where you basically, you're almost like the god of your own world, and you can, like, throw, like, an elf tribe down, or a human tribe, or a goblin tribe, and over time, that tribe will, like, create its own civilization, you know what I mean? It's really fascinating. Really fun game. But I think it's kind of underpowered at the moment. They definitely need to improve some stuff. All right, let's land. And again, landing on this planet, it is going to damage our hull a bit. This looks like a nasty, gassy swamp planet. We're going to have to land here and just hope for the best. So let's go. Kind of looks like the first planet, actually, that we were on. Gassy mushroom planet. Can also drill here. Okay, so this one, despite being a planet we can land on, it doesn't look like we have the ability to go on an expedition. So that's dependent on very specific things. I didn't know that. Let's get some oxygen here. We don't really need oxygen. What is this? Is it AU? How can we take this? Yeah, the AU cannot be transferred. We need a compartment for that. Is it aluminum? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I forgot to scan. But there's no anomalies here, which means that despite being a planet we can land on, it doesn't, you know, and despite having a breathable atmosphere, which is hard to believe, it doesn't have anything worth our time. So we're just going to get away, and what we really need to find is another gas giant. AU is gold! Thank you, YGBSM. Thank you. Very cool. Alright, let's keep heading out. There's nothing in that particular galaxy. The blue giant's out of range. Black hole is out of range. We could go to this red giant. I say we go to it a little closer to our final destination. Or hopefully not our final destination. The system contains an asteroid belt, and one of the rocks seems to be emitting light. A hidden space station, perhaps? It seems strange. Hey, this might answer Texas Spirit's question on whether or not there are, like, trade locations. Maybe there's a trade location here. Let's inspect this thing. It turns out to be a military base. Oh, no. So much that their protective fields have damaged our hull. The captain initiates a status report. Hopefully, we'll still be able to fly. Well, we can only hope so. The ship suffered 20 damage. Ouch! Yeah, that's rough. So nothing there. We want to keep on going. Let's head to this yellow dwarf. The yellow dwarfs have been pretty good to us so far. A ship is broadcasting a distress signal. They exhausted their fuel dodging a comet and are now floating adrift. We should help them, but can we afford it? Not really. But again, when we helped people out in the beginning of this game, we ended up getting crew members. So who knows? I'm gonna give them some. We transferred them enough fuel to get to the nearest planet. They have nothing to offer us in return, but we weren't expecting a reward. That's bullshit. I was expecting a reward. I was absolutely expecting a reward. If we find ourselves in their position someday, we can only hope that a kind soul will do the same for us. Well, I guess. Exactly, yeah, military base. Interesting. Fuel level has fallen by 20. I'm taking a big risk. Taking a big risk. Here we go. And again, breathable atmosphere here, but nothing for our actual fuel. So I'm not sure it's even a good idea to stop here. We're gonna do it. We need to take some risks occasionally, right? This is a beautiful looking world. Unfortunately, nothing to scan, so there wouldn't be gas, and that's really what we need at the moment. So I'm gonna head out of here. The Red Giant is likely to have gas. The crew's morale couldn't be better. A sailor carried away by his enthusiasm has asked for a small party to be organized on board, and the whole ship is buzzing about it. A party's good news, but it's also an unnecessary waste of resources. We are all on a great mission, one that is greater than ourselves. I don't think we can afford to throw a party. Crew's morale decreases. I mean, that's not good, but again, my focus is to try and get out of here. No, that's a rocky planet. Why, thank you again, Texas. Oh no, that was YGBSM. Thank you, buddy.
Texas Spirit gifted.
Oh, it was Texas. It was.
GBSM.
Thank you,
They
buddy.
have given 41 gift subs in the channel.
You are the man. So this one actually does have scannable anomalies. What would we do without Texas, man? Let's take a look here and see if we can find them. Now, once again, I don't know if we're going to find any actual fuel on this planet. We do have one anomaly there. Thank you again, buddy. You are the man. I'm guessing that when we put, like, the marker here and we see that thing pointing west, it's telling us to head west. See, now it's telling us to really head... There we go. Another anomaly. One more. There's a lot of anomalies on this planet, but I don't know if we have time to actually, you know, take a look at all of them. That's a scan complete. Nice seam of resources. Of course, the risks here are pretty amazing, although we can potentially get some minerals, an object. I mean, this could actually be pretty valuable. But I think it's going to cost way too much fuel to land. Like, if anything, we need to come back here. Let's hope that the accident scene has a gaseous planet we can use. And we'll head over to the accident scene.
Fuel tank low.
Sergey, look, I've got a visual on 2 ships adrift in this system. You're right, I recognize the Vanguard. The other must be one of the Archons. Let's get in close. Oh boy, fuel indeed is low. Do we have a gassy planet here? We don't. We do have an abandoned ship that's going to cost us 3 fuel to get to. We're going to be down to almost no fuel at all, so we might have to take over this ship if that's an option. You were right, Sergey. It's one of the ships indeed, Captain. Strange it would be abandoned with the Archon free. It must have been damaged during the attack on the Vanguard, and they prioritized getting away over salvaging it. Hopefully we can take the fuel off this ship and use it for our own purposes. This makes sense, or the Archon's forces could be using it as a way station. What are your orders? Let's search the Archon's ship. I don't want you to get surprised by hostiles. Alright, let's take a look here. Looks like the ship's comms kept functioning for a while after the battle. I can decode most of their transmissions. It seems the Archon was building a republic run by psychotic demigod monster. That's a recipe for success. Actually, Captain, while this information is outdated, it seems it did in fact succeed. That map, so many systems. He conquered them all. Gotta get more emotes. You're absolutely right, Texas. I can't believe all those civilizations would follow the Archon. I'm guessing they didn't have much choice. We need more recent information, but they clearly abandoned these frequencies years ago. Check their navigation systems, where they came from and where they were going. It seems the last destination of the ship was a place called Atlas. That could be our best lead. Agreed. I just hope we're not too late. Oh, please give me fuel, please give me fuel. We can disassemble this, can't we? But is... There we go. Unload all cargo. Embark. Well, this is us getting on a different ship. It's full of fuel, though, so yeah. Okay. Let's go, man. Oh, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Load all cargo. That must be what we have to do. Embark. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. Looks like there is a second abandoned ship as well. Do we take a look at that one too? Let's go take a look. This is like Star Wars, but you're out in the unknown region. Yes, very true. Very, very true. Oh, this is actually the ship that shows up on the game's cover. View the cargo. Load all cargo. I think we've taken everything we can. Let's embark. We've taken enough from these fellows. And now I think we can head out of this location. Let's keep on going, folks. And look at how far away our next location is. In fact, look at how massive the galaxy is. Guys, this is crazy. We're going to go to Atlas, but yeah, no, it really is amazing. Pretty amazing. Or the universe, rather. And I'm glad, because now we don't have to worry about the fuel issue. We're not going to die in space due to fuel. Well, not yet, anyway. But let's continue onwards. These guys are out of range. Maybe we have to go back. Looks like even that's out of range, though. Oh, is it possible we don't have the hyperdrive? We might not have the necessary hyperdrive to even get there. I wonder if that's what it is. Yeah, let's take a look at that at the other abandoned ship. Interplanetary propulsion damaged! Did not even notice that. So let's see if it's anything we can fix. Oh boy. We're gonna have to disassemble that sickbay again. There's a lot damaged here. So we basically took the other ship. I see what we did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disassemble the sickbay. Sorry. Really should have fixed interplanetary propulsion first. There we go. So let's see if we can get some iron to fix that. There is a rocky planet here. Yeah, we took that ship. Pretty fascinating. I hope it was the right choice. Nice! I'm out here grinding. Exactly. Absolutely. You've got to, right? Okay, I guess we're gonna land, of course. That is a tough situation. And I really hope this was the right choice to land on this planet. Wait a minute, we do have iron. Just need to get a little bit more. Let's see if this is sufficient. Yeah, we need 2 more iron. Let's disassemble the telescope. Who needs a telescope these days? And let's go ahead and fix our cosmic folder. I think this is definitely the right approach. We've got plenty of fuel, enough to get the hell out of here. I want to get out of this particular galaxy. Let's go to another one. Go to another star, and there we go. This time we can go to Obel, but without the actual telescope, as you could see, we don't know what kind of planet we're going to, but I'm pretty sure it's a blue giant, a blue dwarf, I should say, if I'm taking a look at it. So, yeah, we'll be heading towards a blue dwarf planet here. Not sure how useful those telescopes are in the long run, but I'm sure they have their value. Well, it's not gonna explore itself. Let's go over here to Obel. We've discovered an astral body invisible to the naked eye, but which is generating a very powerful gravity well. Very curious. Should we investigate? Let's head towards it. An invisible body with extreme gravity. Turns out to be a tiny black hole. Fortunately, we're far enough away to tear away from its pull. But with the loss of fuel, we could have done without. From what I understand, there's like a certain thing about a black hole. If you get within its, I think it's the event horizon. If you get within a certain distance from a black hole, you cannot escape it. I have not. What's that about, Texas? The fuel has fallen by 20. No! Stop messing with our fuel. All right, we got some gas giants here. We should be able to exploit them. Let's go to Obel. Look at this thing. What a beauty. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know what they're called. Actually, I think I do. I think they're called fireballs. When I was a kid, I used to love this candy, which is like a little jawbreaker, basically, that's super spicy. I used to love those things. I'm sure if I ate them these days, like, I've got so many root canals and stuff and crowns in my mouth, I would shatter my crowns without a doubt. So I can't touch them. Let's go. Let's probe. Okay, that's a little bit of fuel. Don't mind if I do. Could use a little more. Yeah, I didn't want to push it, but using a little bit more. And morale is really the issue now. So if we can start a party, like before we actually got an option to have a party, we're definitely going to take it. We can get out of here and head to another galaxy. Jotun 87. Oh, no, wait! We gotta go back. We're going the wrong way. It's not the end of the world, though. The price to pay. We are approached by the round craft of an unfamiliar civilization. Over a computerized message, it tells us that it will supply us with fuel if we pay the price. I don't know what the price is, and we don't have fuel. I'm gonna refuse. We disengage without as much as a goodbye. Yeah, I am not interested in seeing what the price is. But let's see where we need to go. So we need to go there. Wow. The just massive nature of this galaxy really gets to me. Or this universe, I should say. So we might have to go back. Let's see if we can go to this blue giant. No, way too far. And even this is going to be a hell of a trip, but this is what we have to do. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to go back. 9 fuel just to get there. A stellar surprise. As our ship enters the periphery of the system, our sensors pick up a small object drifting away from the star. A piece of a ship, an equipment container, an escape pod. It's impossible to say. Going after the object will use fuel up. Is it worth it? I think at this point, anything is worth it. If we see something interesting, we're going to try to grab it. Captain Nix decides to seize the opportunity, and we push the reactors to their limits to match the speed of the object. It turns out to be an escape pod, after all, containing a desperate explorer. Guys, we gained a crewmate. That is amazing. Wow, really? More than 100K, that's amazing, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I wish I could get some of that money. And look at that, guys. We got another alien species. Angpang Salat has joined our party. I want to take a look at this guy. Hold on. Oh, how do we look at the crew? I'm not sure. Maybe because of the demo we can't look at the crew, but I really want to see what he looks like. We'll get a chance. We will get a chance. So let's see. I'm going to go that way. Okay, here we go. Oh. Moby stars. What we thought was a big asteroid turns out to be a huge creature, a space whale, nonchalantly orbiting the star. It carries in its wake the many rocks it has collected over the course of its long journey. We spend a moment analyzing the unique specimen and decide... We need that morale. Come on, man. Let's hunt it! How do we take down this enormous beast? We construct a gravitational harpoon that we can drive into the animal, although we don't feel very good about the idea. We fire the weapon, which tears off a chunk of the omega-laden flesh before the whale sends our ship flying into another orbit with a swipe of its tail. Will we survive? We just took 20 damage, but we found 1 omega. That is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to do for us. That's really cool, though. And is there anything here that we can use? Oh my gosh! Guess what, Bostova? We found our first civilized city! Sorry, Texas Spirit and Bostova, but I was talking to Texas particularly. Look at this, man. We found our first civilized city. Let's see what it has to offer. Will they even talk with us? Will we be able to trade with them? Let's see. I'm definitely landing. Oh, look at this, guys! There are cars. There's everything. That is so cool, man. Yeah, I'm really liking the game. I have to say, like I said this initially, but the intro to the game doesn't do it justice. They should definitely approach that differently, because this is so much more, like, in-depth than what the intro shows. Now it looks we can even recruit additional units here. And it looks like most of our guys have regained their health. There's our guy, Angpang Salat. And it looks like, I don't know guys, like an hourglass. It looks like he's a gaseous being, as you can see there. Trapped in an hourglass with a little tube. That is so fascinating. So we have gaseous, sentient beings in this game. I absolutely love this. That is so cool. So here we can actually trade. We've got that Omega. We can probably trade that for iron and probably for those minerals. I really do want those minerals. Because, of course, we can turn that into fuel. So, let's see if we can get them some copper in exchange. Yeah, they'll do that. A little bit of copper for some of those minerals, which we will turn to iron. That's amazing, guys. And it does look like we have a crew member that's of these people. I don't know if that's improving our ability to trade with them, but that in itself would be pretty fascinating. Could even buy some helium off them to get that fuel situation rectified. But I want to explore the city. We decide to use the local means of transportation to move about in this big city. We choose a huge electric bicycle rickshaw. That's definitely cyberpunk-ish. The driver seems stressed. We don't understand what they are saying, but they are aggressive towards every vehicle that they come across. Irritated, they decide to pass the person in front of them right in the middle of an intersection. The accident that followed us was so violent that we were scattered to the four corners of the avenue. Yeah, we'll continue on foot, and we took more damage, damn it. Are there any hospitals on this planet? That's what I want to know. Very cool, though, to find a civilized location there for once. Now, we could go over here, and potentially we'll even find another anomaly on this breathable atmosphere. We need the oxygen anyway, but could be just a waste of fuel. Nonetheless, the game is about exploration, so let's take a look. We could be. All right, so let's scan. There is something on this planet. There is something. Gonna be dangerous, but what isn't these days? And I think we can actually keep one of the wounded crewmates on the ship. I don't believe we have to bring all of them off. So yeah, there is an expedition to be had here. For now, let's just drill a bit. There's even oxygen. Oh, we already have oxygen. Transfer all over. And again, we can turn that into iron. I'm not gonna worry about it now, but that is something we can do. And let's go on an expedition. Alright, so let's take the least damaged members. We'll add her. I want to see how this guy acts. Angpang Salat. He did take 1 damage, though. This guy, I think, is really badly... No, he's okay, and I think he's the only one that can heal. So let's bring him to the party, even though he is a bit damaged. Nyx is really damaged. Sergei is also not looking great, but we've got to get out there. We've got to find some resources. Alright, folks, back out on the planet, and what I'm going to do is use his ability. Oh, endurance is at maximum? Okay. We can eventually use his ability to heal her a bit. And she also has an ability to, I guess she eats alien proteins that she's been storing. Some sort of placenta that grows on her side. And she eats it, and you can do it once per mission, I believe. Let's go over here. Maybe we found some food. It's about time, man. And again, I can't get over this. I think it's so cool how this alien species has little mini planets floating around its head. Or maybe it's just like a holograph of planets. And it's like letting the alien know what planets he's supposed to conquer. That's what I guess. There we go. 5 herbs. Nice. Let's keep on going. And we are going to look for resources here. We can use the iron. Texas, thank you so much for everything you've done here today and what you've always done for this channel, man. I really appreciate it. I have no doubt that without your subs and stuff, I would not be streaming on Twitch anymore. I really mean that. When we have, like, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 people that can really be generous, it helps so much. Getting closer, but I'm not finding any resources. Oh, there was some back here. We shouldn't have gotten rid of the telescope, but we had no choice. Okay, so, interesting. I thought, like, you automatically took 25% damage when you stepped into this area. It's just a 25% chance of taking damage. Maybe we should go off the beaten path. But our energy is running low. What is this? Tundra Tea. So this actually increases speed. Don't mind if I do for 3 rounds. Whoa. It looks like an abandoned city. Or maybe just crystals of some sort. Let's get close. The Dragon's Treasure. We have arrived at the entrance to a vast cavern, and we've hit the jackpot. In it, we find tons of minerals, which would be very useful for our expedition. But this treasure is being guarded. A gigantic worm or legless lizard, really, that is truly massive, as big as a spaceship, is lying in wait in the middle of the cavern. It's impossible to attack this monster, even with a tank. Let's draw him outside. If he's inside of his cave, he's going to know exactly what to do. The monster slithers out to try and catch them, and we were able to get more minerals than we need. But this daring idea results in numerous serious injuries on the part of the crew. No! We get away from the cavern to prevent any more damage. Okay, it's 1 damage, but again, our guys are already pretty beaten up. And the problem is we don't have, what's it called? We don't have a sick bay. So we can't actually heal our crew until we rebuild that sick bay. I'm kind of tempted to just keep on exploring a bit to see if we can find any additional minerals or resources. I think that's what I'm going to do. How you doing, Fat Cat? It's great to see you, buddy. Look at that. But it looks like it's just herbs. Doesn't look like it's got any of the rock or iron resources that I was looking for. Well, the iron resources. Look at that. So you know what he actually looks like? He looks like one of the old ones with like sort of a cyberpunk hookup. These guys have definitely read Lovecraft for sure. Let's gather those rare plants. And let's get off this island. Get off this planet, rather. Well, that's a ways away, man. That's not like right on us. We actually have to get to it. Alright, fair enough. I hope we have enough stamina. Let's go ahead and get that stamina boost from the proteins. We just barely have enough stamina to get on board. This was a true journey. This would take days if we converted it into, like, real time. Oh, checking out the beta, are you, man? Very cool. It's free, right, for a couple of days, I think? There we go. Unfortunately, Amkung Salat has been pretty badly damaged, but look at that, 20 minerals! Oh, guys, I think we can absolutely fix stuff with this. Heck, not just fix stuff. We might be able to rebuild stuff, so let's go. Do we have a refinery here? Please tell me we do. Oh, we might not have a refinery on this ship. That greatly changes things. Let's see, technology slot to a mod slot. Let's convert this one to a technology slot. There's a refinery. We've got enough thorium to build it. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that, guys. Max 23. Look at that. We are breaking them down. I thought we'd get just iron, but it looks like we're only getting a little bit of iron, so maybe those resources, you don't necessarily know what you're going to be getting there. So we'll transfer all of it. We'll take it, of course. But we really need some fuel as well. We have got to find some fuel. No! Sorry. Don't want to go on expedition again.
Fuel tank low.
We're gonna have to buy fuel from the city. There's no way around it. Here we go. Let's hope that we can trade for fuel. They've got us by the moons, let's call them. They've got us by the moons in this situation because we need that fuel. They know we need that fuel. I'm pretty sure it's helium, right? Isn't that what the fuel... I hope it is. Let's hope I'm right. Let's trade them some oxygen. Give us that helium. Give you some more oxygen. I know you mushroom people enjoy oxygen. Alright, let's hope that that helium counts as fuel. Oh man, thank goodness. Just barely. Just barely. What can we do about the hull? So we need iron for the hull, I believe? Yeah, baby. Hey, not too bad, guys. I thought we were finished. I thought we were completely finished there with the lack of fuel, but it looks like we might be okay. Of course, I would like to trade for even more of the stuff. So let's see if we can get that last bit of helium there. Again, they seem to really like their oxygen. So we're going to hook him up. Now, I got to be cheap. Just going to give him what he wants. There we go. Of course, now the goal is to try and find a gas planet as quickly as we can. Otherwise, we are pretty much going to be stuck in space. Keep on going towards the next location. So typically the red dwarfs are the ones that have gas planets. I'm pretty sure that's a red dwarf. But also it doesn't cost much fuel to get there, so guess where we're going. And yes, indeed it does. Let's go to Shepaton. Now the problem is here, I think you can see it there on the hull. Going to these gas planets damages the ship pretty badly. You know, even though they're rich in fuel, they're extremely hot, and they burn this damn ship up. Now I think this one is somewhat more prepared than our first ship for these kind of planets, but he still can't stick around here for long. Come on, yeah baby, that's what I'm looking for. Give me that delicious fuel. Just a little bit more. That's good enough for me, I think. Not enough. I am a fuel junkie. I would like to get even more, to be honest with you. Let's keep it simple, though. No, well, let's just go for 5. Come on, come on, come on. What do we got to lose? I know eventually we're going to end up damaging the probe, and I'm going to feel awful. But that's going to be perfect. 95 fuel. What more could you want? And we do still need stuff to repair the hull, so let's also land on Shepaton and start mining. Get back to the mining process. This looks like it might be some sort of ice planet. Oh, we got our first ice/snow planet, and evidently it's got a ton of anomalies on it. I really want to find that last one. Could be anywhere on this planet. Alright, let's... I mean, 2 is good, but again, if I'm gonna feel really bad if I don't find that final one. Let's check on, like, the poles this time. Man, that's a tough one to find. Yeah, I'm scanning everything here. I would think we'd... Let's try the southern pole. Oh, did I see some? No, unfortunately not. Now, that is a tough one, man. We can come back, but I don't think we're going to find anything. Let's land. This is pretty dangerous, though. Maybe right now, we should just mine the place. We shouldn't necessarily go exploring any temples. Not while we have no sickbay on our ship. That's, of course, something that we can build over time, so we might want to consider it. Now, let's drill. We're going to go deep with this drill. 10 fuel. Oh, baby. Look at all that iron, and look at that. our hull is going to be perfect at this point. I'm also going to drop the existing fuel there. Make sure we can use it later. And we've got a bunch of other resources too. If you guys remember with our first ship, we weren't really able to transport many resources. That issue is obviously no longer an issue. Let's take off. Alright, we're getting closer to the goal. Again, it's still way out there. No wonder they call the game Out There. Gotta get something close, man, but nothing seems close. So I think we have to go to the blue giant over here, or the blue dwarf, and kind of leapfrog that way. Usually there are not gas giants in these blue dwarfs, so that's pretty cool, because that's exactly what we needed, was a little bit more fuel. It's just super hot flame right there. I'm wondering if we should just immediately go for the 10 fuel drill, because anytime we probe the planet, we take a risk of course, damaging our probe. But maybe in this situation, you know, it's best to just go ahead and throw in 10, since we're getting fuel anyway. Yeah, let's just go ahead 10. Perfect. Oxygen is not looking great. Got a little bit of oxygen here. So one thing I haven't really thought about in quite a while is actually making sure that we have enough oxygen to make it through to the next location. Petrus says, use the scan signature on the side to find the pinpoint anomalies. Oh, cheers, Petrus. Cheers, man. We gotta find some oxygen. So I guess that means finding, like, a somewhat more habitable zone. And usually that's at the yellow planets. Oh, this here is a black hole. We don't want to be anywhere near this. Let's leave while we still can. Oh boy, just sun, absolutely no planets at all. A whole lot of nothing. Revolution! As we fly towards the system's inhabited planet, we are contacted by a political faction calling themselves the Liberators. They want us to assist them in a planetary assault to liberate their people from an insufferable tyranny. Good intentions, but should we take them at their word or take them at risk? Guys, you decide. Do we help the revolutionaries or do we ignore them? That's so cool though. Like, I love things like that in these sort of exploration games. Being able to actually insert yourself into politics of the particular solar system you're in. That's just absolutely fascinating, man. I don't know, like, we don't even know what the revolution's about. If I had a little more information, it would be a lot easier to make a choice. Seeing as we have 17 oxygen, though, I kind of just want to get order on this planet as quickly as possible, establish order as quickly as possible, so that we can trade with them and hopefully get some help. Revolution, comrade, says Fat Cat. Fair enough, lead the assault. Our ship joins the faction's armada and dives towards the planet. This isn't a liberation at all, it's outright pillaging. We managed to discover some useful items in the aftermath, but to have participated in this butchery lays a heavy psychological burden upon the crew. No, no! We have zero morale. Zero morale. That cannot be good. My goodness, guys. 2 planets here. Let's hope we can get that morale back up. Let's take a look here. Breathable atmosphere. Well, that's good. Let's get down to this breathable atmosphere and hopefully we can recover some morale. Maybe there'll be a party ship on the planet. Who knows? Anything is possible.
Low.
Oxygen is also low. Is this the pinpoint button you were talking about, or? Mention a pinpoint. Oh, there it is. So there is a wreck here. Yeah, we have to land. We've got to land. Not sure though, with zero morale, if we can if we can go on at all. If this is the end of our journey, it could be. They're not in the best condition. But we're going to have to take a look, guys. I don't think we have a choice. We have to take a look at the wreck. And hopefully get some sort of morale boost from whatever we find here. Jumping back here a bit to go ahead and reconsider that expedition. Again, morale is really the issue right now. And I wonder if we can even continue with the morale like it is. So I think we have no choice. We've got to get out there and try and make the best of it. Let's go ahead, get her, get him. We want to bring this guy because he's got that heal ability. And let's see how, I know Ilmaeli is in a really bad state at 1 HP. So let's start the expedition with these, and let's hope that we find some gas. I don't even think that there's gas on this planet, and I'm not even sure, morale. I don't think there's morale on this planet. I'm not even sure we can get morale by doing these missions, but we've got to try something, folks. There is just no way around it. Reveals the nearest source of resource tiles. Look at that. So we know for sure that we got some resource tiles there and there, but of course that's not going to bring morale. Now, what about the food? Would the food bring morale? I wonder. Let's actually see if there's any morale boosting abilities here. But from what I can see, there aren't. Now, we could, of course, use his skill to go ahead and regain some health, but it's at the expense of, unfortunately, quite a lot of actual action points there, of actual energy. What's this? Oh boy, it looks like we already lost one. It's something like an earthquake, but approaching from the horizon. A huge geological wave, hundreds of feet high, is rising in the distance, flinging rocks, animals, and plants into the air and approaching our destination at high velocity. Build a shelter. We're alive. The crew found 5 raw materials there. Unfortunately, as you can see, we lost one of our crew members. And actually, this was the crew member, our most recent one that we had located. It's a shame, but this is the price we pay for traversing the universe. Getting close, getting very close to that point, although it's still pretty damn far. And either way, we're gonna have to go through this poisonous area. As you can see, that set us up for some poison damage. There's just not much we can do. When you're in a situation like this and you have to get something like morale or fuel or hull points or whatever it may be, you just gotta kind of go with it. Here we go. Let's see how many points we have left. And there we go. That is a game over purely because of the actual morale. We actually got a game over, but what a fascinating, fascinating game. I love the fact that we've got, of course, such a large area to explore in the universe. And, of course, had we just focused on morale there, maybe if we had had that party earlier, we would have been able to actually get that morale up. Now, I am going to hit that replay button, and if the nice folks here out there will allow me to play a little bit more, then that's exactly what we're going to do. Of course, we're replaying after the tutorial, which, of course, it's completely up to you. You can certainly do. And let's just take a look here at the planets, see if there are any nearby planets that we need to go to. Nope, it's just pretty straightforward, exactly what we were doing before. We need to go towards that location. So actually, we could go to a blue giant here, or a gas giant, I should say, or a blue giant when you think about it. Here we go to the gas giant, and let's use the probe to grab some fuel. I'm not going to go crazy. And of course, as you can see, we don't have that upgraded ship that we had in the previous game. We're now back to just the very standard, rickety, and albeit very, very rusty, regular RISA 937. So let's just do 5 for depth. And it looks like that might be enough fuel. Yep, that's pretty much enough to keep us going. Although we could try and transfer additional fuel. Let's try. Let's just do 5 here. Transfer all. And now we've got some fuel to use later in case we need it. That's really what we should have been doing the entire time. Although fuel wasn't what killed us. Of course, morale was. Look at that. What a beautiful planet. Again, just one gas giant. It's beautiful, but there's nothing of value here, at least not to us. So it's time to go ahead and continue. And just look at the size, man. That is so crazy, guys. Look at that. It's just crazy. The actual size is unbelievable. The scope is crazy. Let's go here to the Yellow Dwarf. Why not? This is where we often find habitable planets, and sure enough, looks like we have spotted a planet with a breathable atmosphere. Although the last planet that we actually were on and died on also had a breathable atmosphere, so let's not put too much stock in that. Let's find that anomaly. We have had situations before where we just can't seem to find the damn anomaly. And, oh, there we go. You gotta keep on looking, as you can see. So we've got a temple here, unbelievably. We had this issue before, but we are absolutely gonna land. And we can actually find an Omega here. That's gonna be extremely valuable. It seems to be kind of one of the most valuable artifacts in the game. So yeah, let's head down and let's head off onto this expedition. Right now we just have the first 4, which is not a problem. We want to take these 4 and head out there. Of course, if we wanted to, we could even just take 3 or 2 of them. But the fact is, and the reason we really go with all of them is the more people we add, the higher level of energy we have, and thus the farther we can travel. And that makes sense because, of course, each person is going to be carrying their own supplies, and this makes that much easier. So let's jump right in and go on expedition to this fun temple. Another thing I'm pretty concerned about is, as you can see here, this guy only has... yeah, he only has 1 HP, so he dies almost immediately. That character in particular just seems to have a very short life expectancy. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm curious to see if he still joins us at the end of the actual game, or if he's out for good. We're gonna have to just see if he'll join us, or if it's permadeath. Permadeath would be interesting. Not sure that was the right way to go at all. Thinking we probably have to head back up this way, and we've got to be careful because, of course, we can die of a loss of energy just as easily. In other words, being stranded out here is just as dangerous as not landing at all. So as you can see, there's a weather forecast ability here. 10 energy for 1 health. That's a pretty good trade. Yep, it's taking a long time to get over here, but we're getting closer and closer to that temple, and hopefully we're going to find something game-changing. Again, we can find things like the Omega that are worth so much that they could almost pay for an entire ship on their own. And on the way, it looks like we are going to do my favorite thing to do in the game, and that is a little bit of mining. It is going to cost us quite a lot of energy, though. So we're going to use the alien protein skill, get some additional energy back, and head down. 13 points just to get there. And you can see, guys, depending on the terrain you're on, that movement is going to cost more or less. So if it's like completely open ground, no issue. In this case, we've almost got like a clay-like desert, and it's pretty tough to walk through, evidently. The moment we enter the huge temple that dominates the area, the many worshippers lie down on the ground and scream. By all evidence, they take us to be gods that they have awaited. Either that or they're calling down some evil leviathan beneath the ground. They watch us in silence, and we too look around at one another. Should we play God? Man, I'd love to analyze their culture, but we don't have sufficient points to do it. I'm gonna telling the truth could get them angry too. I'm gonna accept it. We are placed upon an immense and ornate throne, and they bring us many offerings, most notably a gift of Omega. Then, however, they begin to bring us sick creatures so that we may heal them. But there's nothing we can do. They realize the truth and grab their weapons. We were able to repel them, but we are worried. How contagious were their illnesses? Guys, we just got afflicted by illnesses. We had not had this before. And I'm not sure what to do about them. Fever. So they're going to lose quite a lot of health here. They'll still survive, but we need to get the hell off this planet with the Omega. We should be, happy. Thank our lucky stars that we managed to get away with that and with our lives. Alright, guys. Here we go. We're definitely going to need some additional energy. I'm not sure where we're going to get it from. Can she use that twice? I believe she can. And that should be enough, just enough to get us off this planet. But what a shame losing one of our members. And let's see if they come back at the end or not. So maybe they do and just go into the medical bay, or maybe they are finished forever. Take a look here at that medical bay. We need fuel, we need hull. Let's just see if there's anything we can do to currently repair the ship. So we can certainly use the refinery here. Do we have a refinery? Yeah, we do. And let's go ahead and see what we've got in these ores. Absolutely nothing. That's the first time that's occurred. A useless bunch of ores, guys. I mean, it can happen to the best of us, but what a shame. And you know what? Because of that, I feel like we've missed out a bit. I'm going to go ahead and drill 10. And look at all of that. A ton of oxygen, a ton of everything, really. So let's grab that for now. Unfortunately, nothing to fix the hull with. We'll have to worry about that a little later. Although, look at this. We've got plenty of fuel. Well, not plenty, but at least enough to get us off the planet pretty safely and securely. So much so that I think I want to drill another 6. Let's keep it even. Transfer all. I'll say that's enough, and we can take off and get off this planet. We came what we were looking for. We came for what we were looking for, Grammar Agrippa. And we are headed towards, of course, that planet ahead of us. So let's go to another yellow dwarf. Now, the yellow dwarfs, like I said, is where we found these civilizations. I would love to locate one of these civilizations again. We do have habitable planets, but no civs. And as you can see, fuel is becoming an issue. We're not going to be getting any fuel on these habitable planets. So we've got to get out of here. Go to like a red dwarf. It's burning up. That'll have gas planets. Sometimes the blue giants also have gas planets. So let's go here. We better pay off because that's going to cost a lot of fuel. And sure enough, there's one gas giant here. Just one. Looks like a behemoth. Oh, mama. Look at that, guys. We are going to probe her. And I'm going to take pleasure in it, too. Let's probe. Oh, that's a lot of helium. We're going to transfer all of that over. Transfer all of that over. Actually, that we can't transfer over, but even better, we'll just go ahead and immediately add it to the fuel store. We can add even more, but I don't want to waste all of that helium. Now we need to find a planet that we can mine on and hopefully fix this ship. Alternatively, we could just find a planet that has a trading station where we could purchase the necessary materials. But again, when we get over here, we already know what's going to happen, the accident scene, and we're going to get the ability to trade ships. We don't have to remain in this ship, but if we want to, we could remain in this one and, you know, of course, use him throughout the game. I want to take a look here at the breathable atmosphere. That is a beautiful planet. Look at that, man. Almost looks like kind of a polluted version of Earth. Let's land on it, and let's just drill a bit, see if we can't get some of those resources, and get the hell out of here quickly. We know just how dangerous these planets can be, despite being habitable. They're many times full of poison and things like that. And as you can see, the equipment has been damaged. So interesting, we can use the Omega to fix this. I guess the Omega allows us to fix things without needing the actual resources. But I'm not so sure this is a good idea. I'm going to do it now, but I typically would not recommend doing this, because of course it means that that Omega, you waste that on fixing a part when it could be worth a lot more. It could have a lot more value. But I will do it this time. We've got more oxygen than we can do anything with, but that's about it. We are still suffering in terms of the hull, and I think more than ever we have to get to that accident site and get into a stronger ship, pretty much. But first, what is that? A neutron star. That's a black hole, isn't it? Let's take a look at the black hole here. No, what is that? My goodness, guys. All right, I'm not familiar with my I'm not familiar with my stars. Don't have sufficient resources to make this journey. No, so I would be curious to see what would happen if we go there, but obviously not an option. Let's go to the accident scene. And there we go, guys. Sergey, look, we've got a visual on 2 ships adrift in the system. Now we're gonna, of course, get in close. And this is where I believe we can switch ships. Doesn't come without its own set of challenges, though. I will say that. Last time we took the other ship, so maybe this ship will be somewhat better. We'll have to take a look. Let's view that cargo. Ship's comms kept functioning after the battle, of course. Loading all of our cargo onto it. What is it lacking? It's got everything. We're gonna embark on that thing, man. There we go. Nope. There we go. I love it. So now we will simply get the heck out of here. We've taken a look at the ship. We've got our new ship. Let's go. So as you can see, we've got to backtrack a bit now. Let's make sure we've got some stars in range. We do indeed. We've got a red supergiant right there. But we're actually trying to go this way. So let's go to this red supergiant and just start backtracking pretty much. What a beauty. Well, we've got just about everything. Nothing here that we really need. Although, what happens if we orbit the supergiant? We've tried orbiting these stars before. No way. We need an ultra probe. So I'm guessing that, wow, guys, these supergiants might be able to offer us even more fuel or even, like, stronger sources of fuel over time. That is so cool. Well, let's head back. We're going to this yellow dwarf. And we've had this before. I think this is so fascinating. What we thought was a big asteroid turns out to be a huge creature. What this is a space whale. And it's pretty much the size of a planet. The whole point of these space whales, from birth to death, is they just go around collecting rocks, evidently. And we're simply going to follow in its wake. From the monster's immense orifices issue materials it has digested. Like parasites, we gather them for our benefit. This will prove quite useful to us. So a little tip for release, guys, and that is that when you encounter the space whale, don't try to hunt the guy. Just follow him and look at that 15 resources. Who knows what kind of resources we've got here? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's use our brand new refinery. Huh. Didn't show up. I wonder why that is. That might be a little bug. Let's go to the white dwarf. These are quite rare. And it looks like he's got a number of interesting planets. A rocky planet, a garden planet, and of course, a gas giant. Now, it looks like the hull is taking a beating here, so I'm thinking that that rocky planet is going to be necessary. But I also want to take a look at the other planet out there on the outskirts. Yeah, this planet looks like Tartarus. It looks like hell. Let's land. What an awful little place. But as long as it's got resources, that's all I really care about. We're going to go heavy on this planet 10. Hey, look at that. Pure iron. Guys, look at that. That instantly fixes the hull. Unfortunately, we don't have a location or a space for that. It's such a shame. We could transfer it later, but for now, we'll accept it. No biggie. You know what, actually? Use our helium there. And that allows us to take the iron. So now the issue is going to be getting oxygen and morale. Again, morale was a problem in the first part, and we still haven't seen how to get morale. We've seen a few options to get morale, like having a party in space, things like that. But I wonder what else we can do to gain morale. Maybe we need to have, like, for instance, win space battles or, you know, complete missions. Maybe it's as simple as that. As you can see, just by moving around, that's lowering morale slightly. Yeah, I think taking off is simply the best thing to do right now. And honestly, I want to see what that other planet is, man. It's so pretty. It looks like an ocean planet. Look at that. That is amazing. Can we please land here? I just want to land to see what's here. Wow. So kind of like a jungle planet of sorts. Let's get down to the ground here. Unfortunately, nothing to scan. I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to scan this place and find stuff we could use. What we can do, though, is drill a bit. Unfortunately, damaged our equipment. Well, we're going to have to find a way to fix this, and we can't get rid of the Omega this time. We're going to have to take something apart. There's no doubt about that. We've had to do this before. So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna have to take apart, like always, the medical bay. Yeah, we're gonna have to disassemble her. And this will at least fix this thing. It'll also give us quite a lot of iron left over. I thought we'd be able to replace it with iron, but evidently not. Looks like we needed a specific piece there. Nonetheless, let's get the hell out of here. And that's right, we also have a gas giant, guys, in this particular galaxy. No! Wrong one! Might just be another rocky planet. No, this is the one we just landed at. Sorry, guys, my mistake. Let's go back to that gas planet. There she is, Obadiah. The problem is when you make mistakes like that, you waste some of your actual fuel and your hull. The hull is taking damage just from, of course, having to fly around in this area. So let's probe, and again, since we're trying to get gas, let's go full probe. And sure enough, transfer all. Oh, it doesn't look like we can. That's okay. We'll just simply bring the fuel over manually. I'm also going to go ahead there and refill our oxygen. But morale is still an issue. We've got a lot of oxygen, maybe too much. Yeah, let's destroy some oxygen. And the only reason I'm doing that is to bring on some high-quality helium. Still going the right way, I think. Yep, it's just a lot farther than the other location. As you can see, it's all the way out there in the galaxy. We might even be able to take some black holes as we approach, but I think we're actually going to be doubling back on ourselves for this one. We'll simply go here and then go to that red giant right there. Nope, we don't want anything from there. It's always good to take a look at these garden planets because, again, they could have relics on them, things like that, and since we're doing fairly well on fuel, hull, everything else, that's probably a good idea to look for those things. But let's do this. Go to Dalphon, see if it has any temples on its surface. Despite being a habitable planet, this one looks a lot deadlier. Nope. Nothing to scan. In fact, let me make sure we have a scanner. Yeah, we definitely have a geological scanner. Do we have a telescope? Yes, we do. We've got a telescope as well. And actually, we should have disassembled the telescope and not the medical bay. But that's okay. The telescope is valuable, so it's not a complete loss. What we need to do is find a place that's got a temple. Because I'm thinking that completing those missions must be the only real way to get the morale back to normal. And look at that, we finally found another city. So exciting to find these, as they are fairly rare. But when you do, you've got to take advantage of them. So let's go ahead and land. And +5 morale for landing in the city, guys. So we just learned a little something. Alright. explore. The crew leaves to check out the planet and try to take a break from the stress of expeditions. The cultural exploration, however, did not go well. One of our companions lost all of their equipment. Oh, Cosmic Folder Technology Blueprint is deleted from the database. You've got to be kidding me, man. Well, here we go. We need a bunch of different things. They can't sell us morale, but they can certainly sell us oxygen, although we don't really need the oxygen. We've got it ourselves. In fact, let's just make sure that we fill up on things we don't need. There we go. Looking pretty good. And now we'll take a look at what we actually do need. It's like when you go into, let's say, a supermarket. You don't want to go in hungry. And in this situation, I don't want to go in needing certain resources. So Onyx, what's this? Wind Reader, Alien Textbook, an uncommon object. When stamina drops to 0, the crew is immunized against tiredness for 1 round. So these are all crew items. I don't feel very comfortable using these yet. But this weather forecast blueprint looks pretty good. This increases comfort, and I can only imagine that comfort increases morale. As you can see there, the comfort level is 50 of 100. So improving that has got to improve morale, right? Let's see if they need some silicon. We've got a lot of it, and really have no use for it. And there we go. Hey, not too shabby, folks. Morale could always be better, but for now, I think this will do. So as for recruitment... Don't tell me I just got rid of one guy. I hope not. That was a little confusing. I'd like that to be a little clearer. Nonetheless, let's get the heck out of here. I wish I could stay on this planet forever, but unfortunately that's not an option, and just regain all of that lost morale. What's that? We gotta get to that thing, find out what the hell it is. Let's also take a look here at the shipbuilding, just out of curiosity. So the mess hall, we need 2 CO. What is CO? Two CO to be able to use that. Alright, well, let's definitely come back to that. Still going the right way. And again, I want to make it to one of these black holes. Getting very, very close. Here we go, we are orbiting it. We are orbiting the black hole. So I don't think there's an option to dive in. How amazing would that be? But again, that's fairly realistic, because the truth is, if you go into a black hole, you go through, of course, the process of spaghettification, and unless you have the proper ship for it, you're never going to make it through. Maybe these guys do have the proper ship for it, but for whatever reason, we don't have the proper tech to get through it. It's just not possible. However, we are fast on track to that next planet. Let's keep on going. Pretty soon here, we're gonna have to pick up some oxygen. Ooh, a caravan of ships is arriving in this solar system, but they are under heavy fire from a stellar defense station that we are fortunate enough to avoid. They are not so lucky, but should we intervene? Let's save the caravan, guys. We use our people to shield the caravan from the station's assault. It takes a lot of damage, but it will survive, and us, hard to say. The poor travelers don't have much, but they share a bit of knowledge with us as a reward. The ship has suffered 30 damage, yeah, that's tough, and the recruit dormitory module blueprint is added to the database. Again, yet another blueprint that is going to improve comfort and consequently improve our overall morale. So I think that's absolutely something we want to consider and something we want to get if at all possible. Let's see where that thing is. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the Atlas, I think, but it's hard to tell. I mean, in the universe, it could be like literal, light years away. It could be 100 years away for all I know, but I'm pretty sure that once we get to this outer ring, it's going to be one more ring up, and it'll be there. It's still quite a distance, but, not an impossible distance by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching this Out There video, especially the creators of the game. I was a little skeptical at first, but this is absolutely a game I would recommend people pick up. It's really, really fascinating. It's deep, and just look at the size of this galaxy. I mean, how can you turn this down? It's just absolutely endless. We've also got like a central black hole right there, and actually it looks like it's right on the edge there of that central black hole, but you can see just how much one needs to do to actually get through this game and get to these different locations. See, initially it looked like it was right ahead of us. Now it almost looks like we might have to backtrack quite a bit to actually get to the proper location. So again, I do recommend you have a look at the game. Oh, what's this? Another abandoned ship? See, the game is full of little surprises, and this one, look at that! Got a very strange looking ship here. It almost looks like an organism in itself. It doesn't even look like a ship, but like a rooster's head almost. Totally useless. Nonetheless, you can see, you can find these behemoths, these hulks, just stranded across the galaxy, cities stranded across the galaxy, so many different adventures to go on. It's absolutely worth your time. So thank you so much, folks. Again, if you want to check me out, my name is Agrippa Maxentius, AGRIPPAMAXENTIUS. I do a lot of strategy games on YouTube and on Twitch, and also, you know, just interesting RPG games like this one. But I would almost call it sort of a beautiful blend of strategy and RPG. I hope to see you in another video, and catch you next time, folks.